Hello everybody, and welcome to this 30 minutes gentle yoga for the neck and the shoulders. You don't need any props, all you need is a mat or comfortable place to lie on and you're ready to go. See ya! So choose a comfortable position where you can stay for a while, and we'll start the class with a breathing exercise. The breathing exercise I'm going to introduce today is called alternate nostril breathing or Nadi Shodhana in Sanskrit. Take your right hand, use the right thumb to block the right nostril of the nose and close your eyes. Just listen to my instructions and we'll do the breathing exercise together. Now exhale first through the left nostril. Take a deep inhale through the left nostril. And now exhale out completely through the left nostril. Again, inhale again through the left nostril. Exhale out through the left nostril. 3 more rounds. Inhale. And exhale. Last 2. Inhale. And exhale. One last round here. Inhale. And exhale. Release your right hand. Place your right hand down to the knees. Now take your left hand, left thumb. Now closing the left nostril. Start to inhale through the right nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the right. Last 2. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the right. One last round. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the right. Release your hand. Place the hand on the knees. Keep the eyes closed and just take a moment to observe the breathing on both sides of the nostril. Now slowly open the eyes and let us come into a tabletop position. So we're going to have our fingers spread wide apart. We're going to place the hand shoulder distance with the wrist below the shoulders, the knees hip distance apart and knees stacked before the hips. Now I'd like you to take an inhale here as you arch the spine. So push the tailbone up and look towards the front or look towards the ceiling. Exhale, start to round, tuck the belly in. Maybe push the mat away from you as you bring your chin to the chest. Again, inhale, arch as we come into this cow pose. Exhale, round as we come into this cat pose. 3 more rounds. Inhale, arch. Try to deepen that arch a little bit more by pushing the belly down towards the floor and feeling the compression in the back. Exhale, round. Tuck the belly in to help you round the lower back. Push the hands to the mat to help you round your shoulders. Last 2, inhale. Arch. Exhale. Round. Last one, inhale. Arch. Maybe now you can try to look up to the ceiling if you haven't tried it. Otherwise, you can still just look straight ahead. You don't have to lift the head up. And we stay here, pushing that belly down towards the floor, feeling the compression in the spine. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. As you exhale, round the spine. So tuck the lower belly to help you round the lower back. And this time you feel the compression in the belly, the front part of the body, and the stretch in the back. We stay here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, let's bring the spine into a neutral position and let's come down to our belly. And we are going to bring the arms just below the head. And we're going to interlace the fingers, resting on the elbows, have the thumbs sticking out. We are going to place the 2 thumbs under the chin. We are going to stretch the front part of the neck. So you may need to move your elbows further out to help you push the chest forward as you rest your chin onto those thumbs. Use the thumbs to push to lift the chin up higher and feel the stretch in the front part of the throat. You will feel a slight compression at the back of the neck, so just be careful not to push with your thumbs too hard, but focus more on the stretch. Do not have too much compression in the back of the neck. And we'll stay here for about 1.5 minutes. Always enter any pose with about 70% degree of stretch, so that you are giving your body time to yield to its maximum potential stretch for today. We have another 45 more seconds, so stay and breathe here. You can shift the elbows forward towards the front of the mat so that you can push with the thumbs into the chin as you stretch a little more than you first started. Now take your time, release the thumbs from under the chin. Maybe you will need to shift your elbows a little closer towards you so that you can have the hands this time at the back of the head. And you start to round the neck down. Bring the chin down towards the chest so that you can round the back of the neck as you stretch the back of the neck. Feel the stretch at the back of the neck. The more you are pressing the hands to the back of the head. So the more you try to bring the chin to the chest, the more stretch you will start to feel at the back of the neck. We only have about 30 seconds more here. So you're starting to feel a lot of tension in the neck, that it gets too much to stay in this position. You can lightly bring your head back up to release the tension of the stretch. Now slowly release your hands from behind the head and bring your head back to center. This time, have your forearms onto the mat. Make sure that you are feeling comfortable in this position and that you have space in your neck to move around as we're going to start to do neck rotations, staying in this pose. So we're going to do clockwise 5 rounds and then anti-clockwise 5 rounds. So take an inhale and start to bring the right ear to the right shoulder, bringing the head all the way to the back. Exhale, bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Round the back of the neck, bring the chin to chest. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. Round 3 on this side, inhale up. Exhale down. Last 2, inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale up. Exhale down. Anti-clockwise. This time left ear over to the left shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Feel the stretch, front of the neck. Inhale up, this time right side. As you move the head to the back, you feel the front. When you move the head to the right, you feel the left. And exhale, you feel the back. Last 2, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring your head back to center. And we're just going to Lie down for a while for a resting pose. So have your left palm over the right and place the side of the head, any side of the head, onto those hands. As you stay here to rest for a couple of breaths before we come to the next pose. Now slowly coming out of the resting pose. We're coming to sphinx pose. So we still stay on our belly. This time we come onto the forearms again. We're gonna have the forearms about shoulder distance apart. So placing the palms onto the mat, I would like you to do this pulling action by pulling the elbows towards the back of the mat so that you are able to push your chest forward. When you start to push your chest forward, you will feel a slight stretch in the front upper part of the body, and you'll feel a slight compression in the middle back and the lower back. Just make sure that the compression is not a pain that is of a sharp nature, but maybe a little sore. It should feel a little sore, and that's what you would like to feel. And start to push your chest forward even more. See if you can find the stretch in the front part of the chest. We'll stay here for 1 minute. Keep that spine active by pushing the chest forward. Now taking your time, slowly come onto your palms. Lift the body up, bring the hips down into the heels and coming into child pose. You can have knees together child pose or knees apart child pose, completely your choice. As you bring your palms down, rest your forehead onto the mat. We stay here for a couple of breaths before we do the next pose. Now slowly exit from the child pose and just take a look at what we're going to do next. So we're going to stretch out our arms one by one, focusing on where the shoulder blades here is. Okay, so we are going to slide the left arm under the right arm, and we're going to extend the right arm out as front as you can towards the mat, and I would like you to bring the forehead down to touch the floor. Once you are in the position, I would like you to press your right shoulder down and press that right hand into the mat to stretch that right arm and maybe even right shoulder even more. We'll stay here for about 1.5 minutes. Now slowly make your way up and let us do the other side. So this time, the left arm is going to reach out. You're going to slide the right arm under the left arm. You're going to bring the forehead flat onto the mat. And extend that left hand up, pushing the left shoulder down. Now, some of you may start to feel a nice stretch on the outer part of the right arm. If you like more of that stretch, you can press your chest, rest the weight of the chest onto that arm to stretch that arm a little more. And keep pushing your chest down towards the floor, focusing the stretch as much as you can onto the upper body. We have another 1 minute here. Now slowly make your way up and bring the knees together if you have your knees wide apart in that child pose variant. And from here, I would like you to interlace your hands and squeeze in between your shoulders to open up the front part of your shoulders. Now take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly take your time to fold forward and bring your arms up towards the ceiling. It doesn't have to be too high up, but what is most important is how long you can keep the squeeze and how long you can stay in this pose. So start to round your spine. Maybe the crown of the head touch the mat. Or maybe you can even reach the forehead towards the knees. So either forehead to the mat or forehead to the knees. We stay here for another minute. If your head is not touching the floor, nor is it touching the knees, it doesn't matter because the stretch is focused in the shoulders. You only have 15 more seconds to go. Take your time, slowly come out of the pose, and coming down to your final position. We're coming to Shavasana, so I would like you to lie down on your back. Be as comfortable as you can. You can choose to have your arms by the side of your body, or maybe have one palm on the chest, one palm on the belly. You can keep your legs wide apart, close together, or butterfly legs. We stay here for another 3 minutes in Shavasana to end the class. So close your eyes and take this time to focus on your breathing. Take deep inhales and exhalations through the nose. Now if you have your legs bent into butterfly, straighten the legs. Just give a little wiggle. Release your hands if you have them on the belly and the chest. Bring the arms over the head, interlace the fingers. Palms facing away from you. Feet together, pointing the toes away from you. Take an inhale, give yourself one nice stretch. As you exhale, releasing your hands, bend both your knees, hug your knees to the chest. You gentle rock right and left, or you can do circles with your hips to massage your lower back. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Then turn to any one side and come into any comfortable seated position, placing the palms together. Let us bow down our heads and thanking ourselves for taking the time to practice. Namaste.